seems like things are not looking good for Wendy Williams, and after all the mess she has been through, she is now facing another problem, as insiders report Wendy is currently stuck in a hospital, and they are not allowing her to leave the facility, while amid these controversial speculations about Wendy's condition, her son, Kevin Jr., finally decided to break the silence and explain what is truly happening with his mother and why she cannot recover. And guys, it looks like the situation is even worse than we had expected, so let's dig into detail. Williams' health scare hit the headlines again, and the reason why she was admitted to a medical facility was not disclosed. Fans speculated that her sleazy team really pushed her into work for financial gain, and others were saying that Wendy was secretly in rehab. The nature of her hospitalization has never disclosed, and as her rep stated, the speculations of the TV diva being in a sad condition were exaggerated, and he added that Wendy had been actually discharged from the hospital several days ago. As the former Wendy Williams show host publicist told Page 6 exclusively, "I can confirm that Wendy Williams is not in the hospital, as reported. I can also confirm she is not in New York, as reported," like it was the first time this guy has ever fed the public with lies. It seems like he's spreading more false information about Wendy than the tabloids like. With that story that Wendy's podcast is coming out soon, well, so far none of his statements were confirmed or turned out to be true, and apparently Wendy's son Kevin Jr. is sick and tired of the games Wendy's team is playing with her mind and health. So he decided to come forward and save his mom from these culprits, as it was recently revealed by the son. Little Kev hasn't seen his mother for almost a year after she went out of rehab, as one source explained. Up until recently, Kevin Jr. was even unaware that his mother was filming a new reality show about her life all this time. He believed that she was recovering and getting back on track with her sobriety. The source said Kevin is not in communication with his mother when he did not see little Kevin when she was in Florida in April. As it turned out, little Kev didn't even think that his mom needed saving again, and was busy living his life hoping that all Wendy's problems and sufferings were gone, and while Wendy wasn't calling him. Either he didn't know how grave the situation was until one insider spilled the details, saying he's doing really well and is trying to stay focused and is moving on with his life. He is back in college. He would have graduated already if he didn't take off to take care of her last year. And now Kevin's life is turned upside down again because he found out how his mom's team was cheating her and forcing her to come back to work, which eventually led to her hospitalization. Apparently Wendy's team was even trying to keep Kevin Jr. away from his mom, knowing how he would react to them exploiting her and pushing the sickly TV diva into the spotlight. It seems like Wendy's team and rep have a lot of influence on her, and they managed to estrange her only son and cut all connection between them. As the source explained, Kevin found out the truth accidentally because one member of her production team mistakenly contacted Kevin's attorney. The source said she also didn't call him when she was coming, but someone in production called Kevin's attorney about the documentary, and that was the first time he heard about her filming. Naturally, Lil Key was outraged to hear about documentary and reality show because he was under the impression that his mom was never going to be back in the spotlight, and now his eyes are opened, and he is angry that the history is going to repeat itself. The concerns about the TV diva's well-being grew more after she had to cancel her participation in the speaking gig last minute and lose $25,000 of income that she could have received for her speech. As it was stated by the media, Wendy was simply not well enough to take the stage, and she was rushed to the hospital twice in the days leading up to the event. Apparently, when Kevin Jr. found out about all that, he insisted on his mother staying in the hospital as long as it needed until she recovered completely. And it's just his way of keeping his sickly mom away from her team. By what it looks, Wendy is not able to properly communicate, let alone give the whole speech in front of a big crowd. But her team wasn't even thinking about her ability to perform. As one source revealed, Wendy's ability to perform has been rocky at best. She can put together a sentence, and I guess the situation doesn't get enough attention. Even her estranged brother Tommy came forward and spoke about Wendy's horrible state when she was visiting him in Florida in April. Everything was hushed, and the TV diver continued working on her reality show despite her poor health. Tony was the first to be vocal about Wendy's state, and he claimed that she was not in right frame of mind. In his words, all this time people have been kicking her around. She can't be contemplating because she can't think through, so other people are thinking things through for her. I guess the family members decided to. act as a united front and save Wendy from getting worse this busy schedule and frequent flying from one state to another to get enough footage. The show was tiresome for the former TV hosts. And that's why she needed urgent medical assistance. Well, Kevin Jr. already sacrificed his own life in order to be next to Mom in the past, and had to take a gap year from his college to be there for her as she was going through a messy divorce from her ex-husband, and now he holds his mom's team responsible for her current state and believes that she needs to stay under the medical observation until she comes to her senses and start to act rationally and understand what's going on, as Kevin believes working could aggravate his mom's mental and physical health to the point that she may stop recognizing her relatives. According to the young man, the last time he was trying to meet his mother was in July 2022 when he flew to New York to celebrate her birthday, but according to the sources, the TB diva didn't let him inside the apartment. As it turned out, Wendy already was in poor state of mind at that time, and it seems like she didn't even realize that her son was there to see her, as Tommy Williams suggested her team maybe meddling with Wendy's meds and intentionally slipping something into her drinks, or even allowed her to dive into her alcohol addiction in order to keep her compliant. As Tommy stated, it should be a great time for Family A. Great time for her son, but it's a great time for everybody inside of Wendy's head. And I don't know who those people are. It could just be a cloud of people inside her head that aren't people. If you could figure that out, well, maybe this is why Wendy is in hospital now, and her son is getting worried if she is ever going to make it, or at least get a grip on reality, because so far her mental state is quite pitiful, and her team keeps feeding the media with lies and promises, while the truth is that Wendy is definitely not okay. Sources close to Kevin Jr. say that he is deeply worried about his mom's well-being and want all these projects and work stopped forever, and her hospitalization doesn't even look like any prayer move, because we've all seen her state and condition now. Now little Kev's new plan is to keep his mom in the hospital until she gets better and then remove her team from her life for good. Many fans agree with Kevin Jr., and despite missing Wendy's tea, the majority simply wants her to retire. As one user wrote, "I hope she pulls through and leaves the spotlight altogether. The industry is brutal and she needs peace." And another user commented she was forced to accept that gig and then fell out with another way to gauge money out of her. It seems like Wendy is under bad influence, and her son is deeply concerned about his mom's declining health. Apparently, Wendy won't be able to come back despite what her team says, and what she needs now is a long rest and protection of her son from these vultures. And what do you reckon? Will Wendy get better under medical observation? And do you want to come back in the limelight? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm eager to know what you're thinking. And in the meantime, check my other videos about Wendy's messy adventures. This woman has suffered a lot to give any speeches. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and I promise to be back very soon. Thank you.